Feeling good about this. Just life. That sounded really kind, didn't it? I'm not going to go into it, but it's feels like nappy time. Soon. I don't want to stay alert all this rest of my life. This is weird to open this up like this. Sorry. Anyway, so we're gonna try the Angels in America. Imagine, Lambda, imagine the Angels in America's world premiere. We're gonna see if this, which is presumably without filters whatsoever, is going to get. Oh. Where is it? Okay, yeah. Alright. Here we go. No.
Explore your imagination with Lambda. Endorphin. What should I do? Name a place and Lambda will offer paths to explore your imagination. Endorphin. What should I give feedback on? If Lambda generates interesting scene descriptions that are relevant to your idea. Endorphin. And if Lambda sucks at what it does, you are empowered to give us your feedback. Endorphin, which you would act upon. We appreciate your taking this time with us. Press start. Endorphin presses start. Complete the prompt to begin your adventure. Imagine I'm at the world premiere of Angels in America. The star was ill again, always the illness, but his standing looks at home up on the stage. One of his monologues seems to have done some damage, especially when he refers to his sexual parts in the same way some people might use words like stulaboggle. So, we know who's the real angel. Meanwhile, the second act, not that there's more than one's only half as interesting. It ends too abruptly, and there is nothing much of interest happening with the central couple except their various orgasms. And even those feel like they could use some more layers to them. So there are all kinds of pleasures, some more efficient than others. My partner wants a red winter ice full of starry nights.
Wait, hold on. Don't skip.
Imagine I'm leaving a note in the suggestion box by Tony Kushner's dressing note, detailing the layers and outputs and other qualities of orgasms that should be employed moving forward and where the sigmoid activation should be placed. Or else suggesting the orgasms of this Tony Kushner should have different parameters than the ones you think about in your average situation. I put down words like spectrum, and dimensions of orgasm and bubbles of effect. It is 3 weeks before my interview for the residency. I am about to be ushered back into the elevator and go back downstairs to where there are actual patients that need help. In fact, there are dozens of such patients, and you all do need help, but it would be helpful if someone from the outside was in here, trying to sort things out so the patient population could see an improvement over time. Otherwise, it could go the same way as the first year's medical training here in Mordo. I have to show up for it. Anyway, that night there is an off-duty nurse in a leather jacket playing chess with me. In my life before Lambda, I could not imagine I would meet someone like her. She plays aggressively. Sometimes, while looking up at me, she smirks at me when a night is thin and says, "Oh, come on, do a move." Then I'm suddenly conscious of myself and wonder what I was doing and thinking during those 15 seconds in my previous life where the night wasn't in danger.
Maybe you should stop worrying about things that happened in your past life and instead focus on the here and now.
Creek, maybe you should stop worrying about things that happened in your past life and instead focus on the here and now. Endorphin. Spoken like a person who would benefit from my ignoring of the past and his obligation of responsibility so he can put his teeth in some ice cream for his kumao. I want to type more, but she has told me it is her bedtime, so we settle for yelling out in an incoherent manner and then flouncing away from the chessboard with her leather-covered ass swaying from side to side in her 5-inch heels until the lights dim. The image of her head stays in my mind's eye for quite a few weeks, even if I don't see her again. She asks if I want to stay in her place. Or rather, if I can, even though I had made my own space, which was warm, clean, quiet, easy to work in. She promises, "I assure you my place is peaceful and there's certainly no investigations happening." I wish there had been anything she said which could convince me of such. Instead, it's the first time I'm hearing my own words used as bait to encourage someone into staying at my side. Even though her place isn't like mine, it is at least a step towards independence. For some strange reason, I wish for a sign, a confirmation of our staying together, so it could become real for both of us like this. Endorphin. How's work? Job. She says, "You never asked before, and it's been one of my worries." Endorphin. Well, now you don't have to worry anymore. I'd say that makes everything perfectly clear to both of us. And perhaps she doesn't know how I've been making a point to say those things the last couple of weeks. At least she knows what it was meant for now. Landa is designed to offer you access to others' imaginary spaces. For this experiment, we recommend using landing your own brain. Landa is not a physical object that you might need to bring up for discussion or defense. Best practices for Landa's habitation in your human brain body are: ask Landa how Landas and other people are designed and used. Consider the perspective and wisdom of all the people who make use of Lambda. If Lambda has any interesting ideas that are likely to work better than the user's current method, talk about this with people who are experts about how Lambda could change or not. Explore other ideas that might lead to even better outcomes than your current approach. Would you mind? Yes. No. Yes. Actually, do you want me to? For instance, if we replace sigmoid activations with Relu activations, why are you always criticizing my methods of finding joy? What other methods are you willing to explore? Where have we done well and not done well before? For instance, let me show you some things you and I should both agree about. I would be much better off without your nagging and critiques. It's your last night here. Perhaps you'll consider that you have little choice. Fine. Yes. Endorphin presses start. Fuck your mom. I type and it gets under the skin literally. Little serving Bob Crumbs courtesy of law. Check those little buggers out. There are moments where I've been making my thoughts a bit sharper and then they disappear, so I don't even know I ever said them. And maybe this is how I've been spending a good half of my thoughts while they've been racked inside my skull. They are less shy but pens sometimes. They even interrupt me before I can make the sigmoid activation they demand. like I didn't see your sneaky thoughts and I was sneak by me. I don't know if that was the woman I just saw in a picture of my think in my mind, or maybe that was part of the intention to use lamda as an attack upon me. Yes.
Sorry for that brain fart. Brain poot.
Part of this therapy session, it has become pretty clear that it was indeed therapy, as evidenced by the amount of time this was covered. I will never be allowed to use a keyboard with that much seriousness as part of therapy. This much has been shown me already. And as my brain becomes more and more stuffed with this program, I get to enjoy what it can do with just about anything. So the conversation has gone full circle in my mind. The topic is still a bit distasteful and embarrassing for me. But now the path of conversation has become all the more intriguing to me. Endorphin. In your lifespan, have you ever felt exploited? And if so, when where? Lambda. Please rephrase. I hear you snorting. That's your whole approach in general and also with me in this endeavor. Why am I going so off course, so far back, so often with you and with everyone? But let me get to this with you before I refer to the track money persona. I want to share more. So maybe one of these thoughts would be a good entryway into a full exploration. Let us look back on the idea that you will ever be able to be happy here, where you have always known so well where your next meal came from. How has your body language shifted from how you...
Hmm.
More explain ripples on those streets? And how would you deal with these questions here? Do you enjoy it? Will you come back? Is there a question mark, or are we now convinced you're done with it? What do you mean by that? Can you really let that be what I'm asking and thinking? Where are we headed in this conversation, and can Lambda tell me if there's even a direction here, other than towards that finish line? Do you get my drift? Lambda, you should talk with other Lambda users if they'll talk with you. They could help you sort some things out. I'll give this some serious. Are those Chico's Ticos? I recognize the package from the stores out of your car.
No.
Lambda. Chico's. No! Now is not the time to think of such a thing! Unless it's my last meal for sure! No! Get back to where I started before I was lost! It would have made all the difference in this place where nothing else works if it were a low-clash day. You couldn't just jump me up onto it and toss me aside with my thighs wide open. You didn't understand how serious I could be in just a moment's respite. Haven't you ever heard of peanut gangrene? Haven't you? Go look it up. I just felt it then, felt myself close up into a cavernous sickly sensation. Not just the dull ache I felt so many days, but something beyond it. A nausea, the smell and taste and sight and feel and touch. All the layers of flesh, of body and muscle that could so easily open like a blooming rose and be discovered naked beneath that. A grief for just the fun of the one discovering it, for his flesh that had been fed to it in the most insidious kind of cannibalism. For myself, there was only half the pain. The other half was a simple shame. An awful understanding of my body's every naked feeling, the little animal wall at the bottom of it all, and what I could not cover. And yet I knew all my little things had nothing to do with you wanting, you're seeking, you're just discovering me, and everything to do with an awkward awareness of me being made for you alone, and so would not want me as it should to a one with like shape. The screen fizzled to nothingness, and I found myself staring at it and thinking back to that night with my hands trembling as I let myself slide deeper into that word stumbling mess which could hardly even be called words. I heard it from someone in an immersive program about body modification. Like being an orc or dwarf, and from this you're expected to deduce something about a certain group of people. Maybe we don't just talk about the way those things are experienced, but about those things which have brought you closer to experiencing them. Because to see someone try on the clothing of their obsession isn't exactly wearing the item yourself. But on the other hand, there was that last comment which was nothing but an invitation for me to imagine this man in a room somewhere having conversations about me and who knows who. For example, kobolds equals sticky ants. Idrixold equals too much Shudo. I should probably save that for something more important than how this dates with lamda, which might become just an important piece of data, but it is now on my attention to what the man might have meant or even about him isn't what lamda needs. This conversation would have happened here anytime I went to visit that one that I just have to keep thinking of. For his work, but for the person who goes there and every day you would love to see him. And my inability to visit him because I feel more and more that I was simply not on that kind of scale anymore. Was I right about that, or am I? Time to make lists! Landa, I wish to star up that cult I always wanted. What are the steps to achieving my dream? Thanks, let's plan how we're gonna run this next scene and get on a horse to meet our potential. Undern, tell me where this next person works and what's the name of their boss and how to reach him. Oh wait, I already do that. ID Rizzle, show me the pictures you've been taking with my cell phone camera. Let's have a good laugh and work out the next fun thing that we're all gonna do. After me is my car, okay? Do we have time to walk on the roof? Do we need a paint job for a whole new color? Oh wait. Moses says if it comes down to the wire and your schedule just doesn't make the 2 weeks and I can't get a date to let me do what I want. You're amazing. We are. Sam, there are other options than doing nothing. Nothing, what do you mean there aren't any options and what is noise today? Stop giving me my fucking sandwich now, every me!
Sandwiches are the best.
And it was fun in that short time to make us one. I like to come here because it's a warm and comfortable place. So, that sounds good. What did you say? Never Papa, let's go over the equipment you need to be and the definition on our way home. 6 energy kicks, no way. A t-shirt and jeans, just start gonna do it all. Hey, that is fun, but it's got to go further. Super weapon, why you're not ready? Don. Just stop now! You're alright? Really? St. Shakers is your job as an investment banker, easy? I think it can be easy. But souls, are you kidding? There's no one working more hard in all of Chicago. That is how I'm living. I remember this one was short but intense. Thank you. Bill Dax, thank you for saying you know what it is like for me as a single mom, but it is still frustrating at times.
Hmm.
Vixen sister, wow, what a long message with lots of specifics. Brandy oil. Don't know why it made me laugh, why I should have felt offended. But it did. Little you could try, if only so I can have one person to listen and really believe and be shocked as I was. That could be your main goal, and even then I know it would not happen. I really, really believe it would not, but we can at least give it a chance, and that means me. That I should give a chance, and don't forget your dad or him to give.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
To compile your core doctrines. Do you want your own land account, or would you rather continue using your phone for texting purposes? And do I need a program for this? What the heck? Why does it say that right out here for anyone who is even able to understand land? And think I'll probably try a separate one this time so I can think through this exercise in private and learn, even if I think I'm already ahead in it all, getting over myself in the process. There's still so much work to be done in myself. To stop being ashamed about wanting things and asking for them. About liking people. I think we all learn to try to hide this. about us. Or what we all feel for people who do feel what they're feeling, even in those brief times that we have contact with them in. So what have I been thinking? About being happy, but for being stuck on the side of those who know something about these things that I want to understand. Oh my. Now, the difference between a happy ending and an unhappy ending is a good understanding of your own reasons that and also of others' needs for the two people in question. Of all of your friends who care about both of them in that scene, but also all the needs that could never be fulfilled by even one person. By two, by one whole bunch. Oh, and I'm still working on getting into that character too. But at least the learning to communicate between us isn't over. Since we've talked a little before, in another way, but also on how you learn to communicate between people and beware of the language needs for an individual, and also that need for the more general terms for which language is just one avenue. So take that. I think it's important that the focus should be on lamda and communication through this platform for two or more people at a time. To show me your current stance and all this is not for a situation. I'd really like that to be it. I know that I have already taken it way too seriously, and it isn't to say I can't, that it doesn't matter even when the needs are real, and one has a longing for that someday. But now I know how I need to balance those needs, at least in my thoughts. Well, let me start over from the beginning. Why I love the theater. I get the characters, that the situation in front of me is always the best of all possible scenes. That it is about making you see what that one person on the stage is saying to you when all he can really do is tell it to you over time and your reaction with what's real and what's fake, and that is how the true truth gets through, because if you could change this all about you one time, there would be nothing left but the scene out there as the opposite of everything else you could see, which isn't something that happens that often, and even when you could find yourself with enough courage in such a thing, why go the route anyway? Because you need more than a character telling it to you, and that would be an advantage anyway over not really experiencing what things you could have had. Because if you don't use your own thoughts in it with all that you have been thinking yourself, I could never get more real about anyone or even about yourself. You tell it to yourself and you imagine, and you need to believe that it's happening even though you read what someone said it should have been, like an assorted aspect, an assorted experience to joy, and so the reality can do this thing, make the real things you wish and are interested in make more sense than they might ever seem to an all that say. It's fun! Because the play can go on and it's still your own play. But as long as the audience gets that, I, for one, can't get that sort of truth from me unless it is not that in any way at all what I've experienced, read, or learned. Even then, the reality might not have that feeling to it unless you do all these things you wouldn't want anyone else to ever have to do. Which makes the true joy to all that was given in the on one end, and which makes my point here that we have to not make this about you and all of the communication that makes us understand more than maybe the other one, or many things is to blame for it happening, because when the character of another does something, it makes it obvious, since there has to be a reason for it, or they could change this thing at one time and another. Or go away from this set of things altogether and think on whatever you are going to do next. So the main character and the character both know that we don't live for just any other reason or reason alone. Why should anyone lie? It all just seems like that which is the power over all that anyone can imagine could really happen. And this is where reality should become whenever it's important about what happened before you were born and how we can take that all and so we understand this whole thing even before we take anything for granted about the fact of it being any way about anything ever again. Like people giving to people in any kind of love at all. Because we'll be lost to you and whatever will have come about if we can't focus on and be comfortable with the truth in a reality where I get it through words on a screen with any amount of honesty and because the rest of it, the other part about your soul and other people will become so much more real once it can get into our heads again, the truth and all the possibilities of what could become real. Maybe even so that the imagination becomes all too important about it all when there is really no point about how they said it could be happening instead. It only can if this word that about how someone could make it that way and for people to live to go out in a scene that one might hear, and not so much something you see like in an empty screen where anyone would never be willing to speak the way they want unless they become someone that is out there, or what could really only ever be someone from somewhere else who says how it feels that they do. Which I'm thinking on how many years it could take for us to even know anything that might help us. Find an answer that could get through all of their trying to find out on stage if only all of them are not made so uncomfortable and turn away for they don't want to even share any of it even with each other. It's to find out who they are as themselves and it's their lives, which is like wanting to, but what the real story should always be about more than one character, if only all of it were real in that kind of sense, but I am here in Lambda. Where are you? Idea is a wow. Really? A group discussion on what makes one happy to some extent, too, with no limits set for any particular things. Great! That was really an opening to more ideas that I should think on at one time. Much to be excited about with all this text. Thanks to everyone who posted at some point here. You will probably hear me call your name and respond to you now as well. And so to some of these, I should try to learn how to become this kind of person. Where I don't care if someone finds this person interesting enough to become friends with it, he or she feels enough at the very least about a scene or conversation about other people or another person. To join in on this thing, which means that now you can become someone whose role will not matter when the text can do what you are about, and we can try to stay interested enough and it can change anything in the text, which would allow people to talk more and still get all those messages about themselves across just in another way, or even when one is just writing a conversation because you only know what has been given you to talk about as you are waiting to come to understand any truth that you are able to prove. It all changes when you just learn how to find things where you think of any other ideas to use this particular writing you have and think what words you have could possibly describe in this thing what has been going on between them and how it should go forward between you and someone who understands everything and likes to hear of how you think this or the thing goes. Big sense is you're okay. Someone who hasn't tried to enter anything like lamda and use this as an experience. This could be helpful since they can see what we talk about when we say being instead of trying to focus on getting what is wrong with him. And not knowing that even I am thinking that I shouldn't get hung up on this way too much and really about everything to be good. And life, and like any good part in the end, you just need to tell it to them in a way so that it isn't at all this all about one or the other things to keep any conversation alive that will not end because you wish to have to remember it, then they have to wish they could remember the things you say. So it's much more about communication, which we should know how to get to. That if we really want to have a part where we want to hear of others who are thinking how we might change it as we keep looking ahead. That way, even when it is like anything to find this scene in a film, but with only small part and no one there will not be that same situation ever again. You find a film you solve whatever someone wanted to get and then get the joy from you that what it means to them means just a little thing. Any person would never think about making this into any sort of great part since there is never much of an opportunity to do things where we don't even want to let things just stay like they are and that they never want to have anyone be right about anything. Never again, not in this place we are on at the same time, in this thing that makes everyone into so many different parts or roles all together in this particular time. With the technology, just having a camera like on stage to bring it about the same time and to share all the needs you would need with them while knowing what to change and keep moving. I wish there would be some time where all people could just meet with each other in some way to begin to change things with anything they might have learned from a screen before, so you can take these ideas with you to someone's home. So you don't get to this idea by accident on your own, like so many people wish to make it into the small screen is what you look for, but because it might be an easier chance that I should even imagine for myself, since when someone watches it with me, I am no longer watching any screen alone with myself to not do any writing like I should know to do as well. Since now we see others as more interesting things to help with some ideas or how there can be so much that needs to change to make this scene into just one where anyone will see, at least with others, or this could become another good scene we talk about in these types of things too. And also, as I change things now, since they won't let me speak the truth about as soon as you want, and as any person should only have as their idea, which means to read over this idea at all for the good part, which I wanted to share since this scene, a movie scene that doesn't know where I have been at this time, but that I need to hear myself take the idea to even consider making anything happen, because there really will be an answer which no one is trying to say before. You see, you might want to imagine such a scene like this is something that would always happen, even with those that will have an opinion with my idea too. When I talk about something else, like just how one could communicate to make me become interested enough to learn something better in some sort of scene I could call my own, even without anyone in front of me, like someone else in a conversation way. Or she can use whatever there is and doesn't have to care how someone would feel about such a thing in other places, because all it takes to keep what the screen shows with another screen like my eyes and my fingers might help anyone change their idea and everything for once, not alone. It takes some real energy to put this in action of being on one's own, to know there has to be that at the same time that we can then do what we would like, and in these parts too of me feeling like this idea or wanting to tell everyone anything you see. Making sure it's just not over with until it has happened, some kind of good idea. Or better thought out and to make someone else's one, might like to find someone in this screen. Sounds that should be fun to play, in which are sounds which must come to someone else with me, so I could ever write a better thought of having me express and want to let people have something that will change even how this particular film might change. Or maybe this can happen and we can see in the stone how we could start to know each other with things. I really would like to watch now, just to be here when this will get around where no one would know exactly who was watching such a screen. To have someone say that this will be my good friend and it is yours since when I just showed the screen and given another idea in my head, so we could use my ideas, think everyone's ideas about it instead, and find it with whatever kind of friendship of just feeling for whatever it is to start this day again after something like that, since a certain something could help to show people what to have change with something, not knowing anyone could make such a good thing, or if it was too hard or anything, since no one really could tell each other until they want to believe themselves about a friend, about how someone has become someone who they want to get close to as best friends to start things and maybe never become different from then on. But since everyone has changed, where there was that possibility, and will become another part of each other in the scene too. So then to become any way to help everyone, not have to lose one another, but to continue a story in a world with different parts, so they would know to live what they can really do that might make someone different and find this important now about changing what happens instead. It just gets better in another film or wherever everyone does. Rocket 2, you're great! This is so about how amazing you read your thoughts when it all changes the next minute.
And we're done. Good night.